Hey guys, have you been trying to improve your credit score and nothing really seems to be working? Have you started the dispute process to get those negative items deleted from your report and they keep coming back verified? Well, stick around because today I'll be going over the top mistakes that people are making that keeps you from getting those negative items deleted and boosting your credit score. And as a special bonus, I'm going to throw in the exact components that your dispute letter should have in order for you to see some results. So stay tuned, guys. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Life with Jazzy Mac. For everyone that has liked and subscribed, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing this video and other videos with people and helping our community to be educated and to be empowered. You guys, if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe because I have a whole lot more videos coming out that you're not going to want to miss. So let's jump right in. Now, in my previous videos, I talked about how to get those negative collection items deleted from your credit report. You know, those items that are like keeping you in the 500s when you're like trying to buy a house and you're trying to get your credit on track, like those accounts that just won't go away. I talked about that in my last video. So as a follow-up to getting those collection accounts removed from your credit report, I want to tell you some of the biggest mistakes that I've been seeing people do that is costing you big time. The first mistake that most people make is they choose to be difficult and they want to dispute everything online. People, I've said it before, disputing by mail is the most efficient way to get a negative collection account removed. When you dispute something online, you're basically giving up your rights to arbitration. You're also agreeing to a 3-day dispute process, which pretty much means that you're agreeing to let a computer scan your dispute and ultimately give you results, which most times they're going to come back verified. Now, I've talked to you about why using mail to do your disputes with your handwritten letters, why that's the most efficient way. If that doesn't make sense to you or you don't remember, go back and watch the previous videos. So don't make that mistake again. Always dispute by mail. Now, the second mistake that I'm seeing people make is you're sometimes doing pay for deletions. Now, I've already explained in the previous video why it's not necessary to do a pay for deletion when you're paying to have an account deleted from your credit report. However, if you want to throw away money, then you want to make sure that you at least get it in writing that the company intends on removing that negative collection account from your credit report if you agree to pay for something. Many people are paying down accounts, they're paying off balances that are in collections, and they're still seeing it on their credit report. This is not going to help you. The account needs to be completely removed in order for you to see any type of credit score increases. So if you're going to take that route, which I don't recommend, always get it in writing first. And in my previous videos, I talked about why collection fees are typically illegal in most states and why if you have an account on your credit report that has like those extra collection fees attached to it, that usually will be enough for you to dispute it and get the entire account removed because those collection fees are illegal and they generally invalidate the account. So go back and watch my other videos. I explain more about that. The next thing that I'm seeing people do, even when they mail in their letters, they're not using signature confirmation or delivery confirmation. People, I understand that when you mail in a letter, it only costs maybe like 50 cents to mail that letter off, and you want to just mail it off and wait to hear back. However, I always tell you to do the signature confirmation because you want to have proof that someone has actually gotten your letter and has opened it up. And signature confirmation through UPS or through FedEx or whoever you use for your postage services, that is going to be your proof that someone actually got your letter versus someone at the credit bureau saying, oh, we never got a letter from this person. It must have gotten lost in the mail. So you always want to have that paper trail attached to anything that you send a credit bureau, especially when you're disputing something. All right. So the next mistake that I often see people make is sometimes when we dispute things, you guys may not realize it, but sending one dispute letter to just one credit bureau is not efficient. None of the credit bureaus share information. TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian are all independently operated entities. They don't cross-reference information. So if you disputed something with TransUnion that happens to also appear on your Experian and Equifax credit reports, even if one deletes something, that isn't going to automatically make the other two fall in line because, again, they don't share information. So you want to make sure if something is showing up under all three credit bureaus, that you're sending three individual letters, three separate letters. And I have the addresses also down below. I have them in my templates. If you don't want to take notes for any of this, I've made it easy for you. I've put together a template with all of this information in it, and also the addresses. So make sure that you're sending separate letters and don't just assume that the companies are going to all do the same thing. Every now and then you might have to dispute something multiple times, multiple months. And so that's why it's important to not assume that sending one letter is all it takes. Like, you have to do the work. So the next thing that I am seeing people do sometimes, one of the other biggest mistakes that you can make is to dispute something in the mail with the credit bureau, and the letter that they send you back says that the items you're disputing are verified. And then you throw in the towel, then you just completely give up. Please don't do this. There have been times where I've had to dispute something multiple times. If you dispute something the first time and it comes back verified, all you have to do is write a follow-up letter that says, I would like to know what was the method of verification that you used in order to verify the accounts listed below. That's going to be your follow-up letter for anything that comes back verified. Again, you're using mail to do this, and you're going to put delivery confirmation and signature confirmation on it. You're going to spend an extra $5 to create a paper trail. So this will start the dispute process again, and it's also going to force that person to show you how they verified it. Chances are they can't. They're getting thousands of letters a day. It's like almost impossible for them to show you how something was verified. And so usually they just go ahead and throw in the towel, and they're just like, ugh, we'll delete it. We can't show you that. We don't have that information. So make sure that you don't just get stopped in your tracks because something comes back verified. Like, don't give up so easily. So let's see. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about was the 6 parts that you need to make sure your dispute letter has. So I'm just going to fly through these things because, again, I've talked about them in previous videos. I also have the templates available for you. So we're just going to fly through these things. The first part of your dispute letter should always have, number 1, your personal information. So at the top, you want to always list out your name, your address, your date of birth, and maybe the last 4 digits of your social security number, just for like identifying purposes. So that's just, the basics. List it out. The second part that you want to always ensure that you have in your letter is an opening dispute statement. All this says, and put something like, hey, I intend to dispute the below items that you're going to list out. It's very simple. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. You just want to ensure that you're telling them at the top of the letter that this is a dispute letter, that you're disputing the items within that letter. So the third part that you want to make sure is listed in each one of your letters for each credit bureau is the account information for the account that you're disputing. So you want to make sure you list out the company name, along with the associated account number as it appears on your credit report. You want to be very specific and very accurate about what you're actually disputing. You can't just say, hey, I want to dispute everything on my credit report, because then you're going to be treated as someone that is submitting a frivolous claim or a frivolous dispute. Your disputes can be tossed, your accounts can be, your name essentially can be flagged. So you don't want to do that. I've said if you're going to dispute anything, do not dispute more than 5 items per month. 5 is the max. And if you don't have 5 items to dispute, then obviously when it comes to your collection accounts, you only dispute the number of collection accounts that are on your credit report. But 5 is the max per month. The next thing that you want to include in your letter is what's called the FCR law statement that basically says, hey, if you cannot verify these items, I need you to delete these items according to the FCRA laws. I also put that little statement down below for you guys' convenience. It's also in my templates, but basically you want to remind them again that you are disputing these things, and because you're disputing them, if they're not gone in 30 days of that investigation, that they need to be deleted. So we're just letting people know that we know the law, we know our rights. And the next part, when you sign your letter, do not put it in cursive. Print your name at the bottom. The reason why I forbid you from using cursive is because as far as the verification process goes, you don't want to sign something and basically have that used as like evidence against you, where they say, oh, we have this signature on this letter, we're going to match it to some signature on a collection account that they have. Let's not make it easy for them. You want to make them work. So you don't want to give them any clear, indicators of, verification or anything like that. So hand print your name, do not sign it. And the last thing, which I think is the most important thing, and that's why we're going to emphasize it again, is signature confirmation, delivery confirmation. It looks like this, people, okay? It costs like an extra $5 or $6 at your local post office. It may be the same amount if you go through UPS or FedEx. However, this is your paper trail. This is your proof for if you dispute something and it comes back verified, then you're going to ask for the method of verification. And you don't ever want those letters that you're sending to get lost in the mail. You always want to have a paper trail. And if you ever had to take the credit bureau to court or threaten to report them to the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau, you want to include a copy of that in your complaint that says, hey, I've disputed this twice now, and this was the date that the dispute started because this is the date that shows it was delivered. And they never verified those items, and they failed to delete those items from my credit report. So if you ever have to file that CFPB complaint, you want to be able to show hey, I have proof that I submitted a dispute and they didn't follow, the FCRA laws or guidelines. So people, I really, really hope that helped clarify some mistakes that some of you may have made or some of your friends could have made. If you're getting ready to dispute anything that's in collections, then make sure you go back and watch the previous videos that I did on that. And you guys, thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have not hit the subscribe button after I just gave you all that valuable information, come on, what's the matter with you? Hit subscribe, share this video with somebody, help somebody out, keep somebody from making these very common mistakes because they can cost you in the long run. All right, guys. I'm Jazzy Mac, and until next time, I will see you later. Stay safe, everyone. Bye.